Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today's section is VLAN series 2. Nothing special, just updating our VLAN and number of devices. Okay, in the VLAN series 1, we learn it what is VLAN and its usage, and finally how to configure it. Okay, let's see what's going on with VLAN configured on the switch. First open the switch, then navigate to the CLI. First, enter privilege mode using the command en. Then, use the command to see the VLAN. The command is show VLAN. Okay, here you can see we created VLAN 10. ID is 10 and name it students and included 5 ports. You can see here. And other VLAN is default VLAN and ID is 1 by default. The by default means we did not configure it. We did not configure it. It was automatically configured on the switch. But here we name it lectures for easy identification. Okay, today let's consider this is floor 1. This is floor 1 and I am going to create a new floor and name it floor 2. Okay, first name it, this is floor 1 and this is floor 2. Okay, let's color it. This is floor 1 and this is VLAN 10. This is default VLAN for lectures. Okay. Okay. On the right side, we are creating floor 2. Here, I am going to add, for an example, one switch and 10 computers and 5 laptops. Okay, let's add it. 10 computers, 1, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, additionally include 5 laptops, 1, 4 and 5. Okay, we have 10 computers and 5 laptops on floor 2. Okay, let's connect devices to switch. Now 4 laptops. Okay, now let's set up the negotiation mode. Go to the first device, in my case PC 10. Okay, go to the config and fast Ethernet 0. Okay, bandwidth 100 Mbps and duplex full. Like that, change it all the devices. Now 4 laptops. Finally. Okay. Now set the negotiation mode on the switch. Before that, we need to identify the connected ports. Okay, you can see here my first device connected port is FA1. FA means fast Ethernet port 1 and last device is FA15 which means from port 1 to 15. Okay, now open the switch, go to this config. Okay, let's set as bandwidth 100 Mbps and duplex full. Here you can see when I change the negotiation mode, it automatically turned signal green. Okay, now go to the FA2 port. Let's change it. Yes, here you can see that. Okay, let's change it at all. FA5. Okay, we have successfully set up the negotiation mode on switch and devices. Now, here we have two floors. One is floor 1 and other one is floor 2. And these are the floor 1 devices and these are the floor 2 devices. Okay, the floor 1 switch has two VLAN. One is VLAN 10, let's name it. This is VLAN 10 and this is VLAN 1. By default VLAN. Okay. Now I am going to assign the floor 1 both laptops for my financial activity. So I will create a new VLAN on my switch. Why? Because the both laptops are connected on the access point. The access point connected the switch. Okay, now open the switch, go to the CLI, first enter to the privilege mode. Now enter global configuration mode using the command config t. Okay, now to create a VLAN, just type VLAN. Yeah, I have already created VLAN 10. So I am going to give you number like 20. This is VLAN, this is VLAN ID. Yeah, I gave 20. I already explained it why VLAN ID go 10, 20, 30, 40 like that in my VLAN series 1. Okay, press enter. Now we need to assign the connected ports. The connected port is the access point to switch. Connected port is FA11. You can see that FA11. Type INT range FA11. INT means interface and range FA means fast Ethernet and port number is 11. Okay, press enter. Then we need to change switch port to access port. Switch port mode access. Okay, now switch port access VLAN 20, which means the switch port refer the FA11 port. The FA11 port can access VLAN 20. That's all. Press enter. Okay, now we'll check it. It is configured or not. Come back, exit. To see the VLAN, use the command show VLAN. Yes. Here you can see the VLAN successfully created. ID is VLAN 20 and assign it port FA11. But I forgot to assign a name for my VLAN 20. Okay, no problem. Now assign it. You can see we have in privilege mode. Now go to the global configuration mode using the command config t. Now we need to go to the specific VLAN using the VLAN ID. Let's type VLAN 20. Okay, now let's give a name. Let's type name Here you can give any name that you want, but in my case I want to give a name financial, because these laptops are used for financial activity. Financial activity. Here you can see I don't give space between the letters. You should not use space, because if you give, it will throw error. Okay, let's press enter. Now let's check it. The name is added or not. Show VLAN. Here you can see the name is added. ID is VLAN 20 and name is financial activity and assigned port is FL11. Okay. Now let's mark it here. Financial activity. VLAN ID is 20. Let's color it. Here you can easily identify each VLAN setup. Okay, let's move the floor 2. Here we have 10 computers and 5 laptops. Like floor 1, I am going to assign the first 5 computers to my students. That is 5 computers for my students. And student will use the 5 computers. The other 5 computers will be for my lectures. Sorry. And lecture will use those computers. And finally, the 5 laptops will be for my financial activity. Let's name it and color it. Here you can see I gave the same colors for same sector. Student here yellow color, also there yellow color. Financial activity VLAN pink color and here also pink color. And lecture VLAN is green color and here also green color. Let's assign IP address for floor 2 devices. Here we can give IP address manually because we don't have DHCP server on the floor 2. Okay, let's open the device. Go to desktop and click IP configuration. Here you can see by default it has static. Don't change anything. Okay, let's give IP address like 192.168.0.150. I will explain about IP address in my IP address series. Okay, let's give like this. Okay, let's copy the first IP. Go to the second device and go to the desktop and click IP configuration. Here I am going to give 151. Okay, like that, give IP at all devices. We just call it subnet mask. We will learn about this in our IP section. Oh, sorry. Finally, okay, now we have successfully assigned it IP address for floor 2 devices. Okay, now let's create VLAN. So open the switch. Go to the CLI. Okay, let's see. Okay, first identify the ports. You can see my student computers connected port on the switch FA1, and second computer is FA2, third one is FA3, FA4, finally FA5. My student computers connected on switch from FA1 to FA5. Okay, open the switch, press enter to the privilege mode, then go to the global configuration mode. Okay, let's give the VLAN ID. In my case VLAN 10, because here you can see my floor 1 student computer has VLAN 10 on floor 1 switch. Here like that I'm going to give student computer for VLAN 10 to easy identification on my floor 2 switch. Okay, now assign the specific ports. In my case from port 1 to 5. Okay, now change as access mode, switch port mode access. The switch port access VLAN 10. Okay, but I forgot to give a name. Yes. Okay, now let's give it. Go to the global configuration mode, go to the specific VLAN using their ID. In my case VLAN 10. Okay, let's give name students. Yes, I explained each command and why we are using the command on my VLAN 1 series. Okay, let's check it. Come back. Okay, show VLAN. Here you can see the VLAN successfully created. The ID is VLAN 10 and name is students and port is FA1 to FA5. Okay, let's create VLAN 20 for my financial activity. Okay, let's give VLAN 20 and let's assign ports. Financial activity laptops connected port on the switch is FA11 to FA15. Okay, now open the switch, give the specific ports. In my case range FA from FA11 to FA15. Okay, let's change the mode. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. Let's name it. Oh sorry, go to the specific VLAN using the ID VLAN 20. Now let's name it financial activity. You can give any name that you want. Don't give space, otherwise it will throw error. Okay, now let's check it if it is configured or not. Show VLAN. You can see the VLAN ID is 20 and name is financial activity and assigned port is from FA11 to 15. Okay, here you can see the VLAN 10. The VLAN 10 name is student and assigned port is from 1 to 5. Here you can see the lecture computers. The lecture computers connected port on the switch from FA6 to FA10. Okay, open the switch. Here you can see from FA6 to FA10 has by default VLAN. So the lecture computers can't communicate with student VLAN or financial VLAN because it has different VLANs. Okay, now let's check it is work or not. Before that, let's mark it VLAN ID. The student computers we created VLAN 10 The lecture computers has VLAN 1 because it is default VLAN. Finally, the financial activity computers VLAN ID is VLAN 20. Okay, now let's check it. First clear the previous messages. Okay, now I am going to take us to the computers and now check it between them. Here you can see I am going to send a message from PC10 to PC12. I got success. Now I am going to send a message from PC14 to PC11. I got success. Now let's take a lecture computers. I am going to send a message from PC15 to PC17. I got success. Like that I am going to send a message from PC19 to PC15. Here you can see I got success. Finally, let's financial activity laptops. I am going to send a message from laptop 1 to laptop 5. I got success. Like that I am going to send a message from laptop 4 to laptop 2. So you can see I got success. Now let's check it different VLAN. Here I am going to send a message from student computer 10 to lecture computer 15. Here you can see I got filed. Like that I am going to send a message from lecture computer 17 to financial laptop 3. Here you can see I got filed, which means VLAN successfully working. That's all. We learn it the reason why. Here you can see the student computers can't communicate with lecture computers. Same like that, the lecture computers can't communicate with student computers. And finally, the lecture computers or student computers can't communicate with financial activity laptops. Like that, the financial activity can't communicate with the student computers or lecture computers, because the switch will not transfer data between different VLAN. This is the main characteristic of VLAN. And similarly, you can create VLAN based on your requirements. But keep in your mind, always check your devices are connected port on your switch before VLAN configuration. Here we have two different network. One is floor 1 network and other one is floor 2 network. Let's connect the both network of upcoming series. Okay guys, today's section is over. I hope you have fully understood the concept of VLAN in series 2. If you have any doubt, comment below. Stay tuned for upcoming Cisco series. Until then, bye.